This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone, I'm Anuradha Sharda, and most of you must have seen me on YouTube or have been a part of my classes. Thank you so much for joining us today on this very auspicious day of Akshaya Tritiya. Akshaya Tritiya is a very beautiful day because of the exaltation power of the sun and the moon, which happens once in a year. And today is the day when whatever you do remains for a long period. So today, let us talk about the sun. The sun, and it's being a Sunday, it's a very, very beautiful day indeed to talk about the sun. So today we are going to talk about the Karakatvas of sun. But before that, I've been studying astrology. I've been a student of astrology for a long time, and astrology is a subject that really enamors me because it gives me an insight not into just my psyche and what is there in store for me, but for so many other people. And astrology is supposed to be the guiding light. And of the Vedangas, it is said to be the eye. So it helps people assess themselves also. So this is the reason astrology became a passion when I wanted to find out seriously about a lot of things in my life, about myself, right from the very beginning as to why I was the way I am or I was. And so my journey continues till date. So today we are going to talk about sun. Uh, why sun first? Sun first because it is the father of the solar system. Sun first because whenever you do anything, it is very important to revere to the gods. And the sun god is, as per the Gita and very other many texts, it is the visible form of God to us. So the sun god should be revered by each and every one of us. So, what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about a list of things, and for that, let me start my presentation for it. So, we are going to talk about the Karakatvas of Sun today, and in that, all that I want to cover with you people, provided we have enough time, I'd be covering the story of Sun and what is the importance of Sun as per the Vishnu Puran and also as per the Panchakni. The Panchakni is, I request all of you
कोरोना इलाज के अच्छे नतीजे प्लाज्मा थेरेपी के लिए कोरोना वायरस से ठीक हुई एक ब्लड की जरूरत होती है। अब तबलीगी जमात के लोगों से अपील की जा रही है कि जो भी लोग ठीक हो।
मैडम आप म्यूट कर दो, प्लीज म्यूट एवरीबॉडी।
we will also be doing the Vishnu Puran. We'll take up the Karakatvas as per and then we will also be taking up Jatak Dharanam and the placement of sun in different houses. There's a very beautiful topic called Adityas. Given time, the Dwadash Adityas are very, very important. And they actually tell you why you're born. So, given time, we will also touch on that. Last but not the least, we'll also look into the remedies. So, let us talk about the story of sun. Before we are moving to the story of sun, as per Uttar Kalamrit, what does this represent? So sun has the honey colored eye and it has a very square kind of a body. For a person who is sun dominant physically, you would see the body, instead of being pear shaped or instead of being conical, something like that, it would be more proportionate and more of a square kind of a body. Such a person will have very clean habits. Okay, and if there is sun on your lagna, you will generally see that such people have scanty hair. Such people have very they have curly hair and they have scanty hair. If Sun is present in your second house. It gives you an authoritative speech. At the same time, it gives you a speech which is pleasing to everybody. Authority, because Sun is the most authoritative planet in our system, in our solar system. So there it gives you a very authoritative speech, and it gives you a magnificent voice. So somebody with Sun in their second or third house will have a blooming voice, something that can be heard till a long distance. And Sun is courageous. When we are doing the Karakatvas, we will take it up in detail, the courage, the steadiness of the Sun. Over a long period of time, you will never ever find the Sun is waning, waxing. No, it changes when if you follow the timetable carefully, you will see the gradual flow of Sun from the east, from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere. It is very gradual. There's nothing absurd about it. So Sun is a steady presence in life. So wherever Sun sits, that is an area in life where you will find a lot of steadiness around. So if Sun is sitting in your fifth house, you will find that with your mantras, with your education, with your intelligence, that's a steady factor in your life. Earnings in the 11th house, Sun gives you very steady earnings. So all these things we can make out from these shlokas. And Sun has many names. We all know the story of Surya and Sanjana, and we all know that how Surya learns to move after, learns to run after his wife Sanjana. And so people who have a Sun domination in their chart, these people would be very, very dependent, or they cannot go anywhere without their spouse, or they cannot live for long without their spouse. And if by any chance the Sun is afflicted, you can put it in charts and see that these people can be prone to having more than one partner, and they can be prone to moving in search of a better partner all the time. They would want to associate with somebody whom they can depend on from time to time. So let us move on to the Karakatvas of Uttar Kilamrita. But just before I move on to the Karakatvas of Uttar Kilamrita, there's a very beautiful Purana called the Panchagni. And in the Panchagni, there's a lot written about how Shwetketu, and there are a lot of Brahmins, and then there's a king who all were involved, and they are talking, discoursing on all the 5 planets. So what happens when the or not the 5 planets, the 7 planets. So what happens is, what is the benefit that a person gets when the person is concentrating on a particular planet? So if all of us get up early in the morning, worship the sun god, and we also meditate on the sun god, the Panchagni gives a very beautiful expression where it says that a person who meditates on the sun god, okay, that person will have a lot of that person will get a lot of wealth, name, fame, good career. That person can also be associated with the government, and such a person can also have a lot of money. When we associate the best of the vehicles, say in those days it was the horses, the cattle, so such a person is endowed with all. 5th house is also your house of children and an illustrious grandparents and things like that, and such a person would come from such a would have such ancestors, and the children will also move on in such a direction. So that is what Panchagni has to say when you try to improve your your sun, and you concentrate or you pray to the sun god, and you also meditate on the sun. When we move on to the Vishnu Puran is very, very specific. In fact, Vishnu Puran gives a lot of details about the sun god and the 12 Adityas, which we will be able, if we are able to touch, we will be doing that. But a few chapters in the second Ansha of the Vishnu Puran, which are dedicated totally to the sun god, says that the first 48 minutes, that is 2 muhurtas of after a person is after the sun is up, 2 muhurtas after the sun is up. If you are up by that time and if you propinate the sun god properly, then you will be able to connect with the sun god. I have always maintained that you are able to also connect with the lord of the day, because at that time the aura of that lord itself is in motion. So you will have a very better and a very prosperous day. It's very, very important to connect with the sun god within the first 48 minutes after sunrise. Our rishis have always been very scientific. They have never ever given anything that is non-scientific. It is our foresight, or probably we have not been answered in a correct way, that we do not know the significance of it. As children, we have all learned about something called refraction and reflection. Refraction, if most of you here would also have a good scientific knowledge, so you would know that refraction is something when you are, every droplet of water acts as a prism, and when we carefully pour water carefully to the sun god, then in such an instance, what happens is this water comes down and it energizes our being. So for that matter, the sun energizes us and makes us really very, very strong. Now let us move on to the, so it's very important that we all get up. This is one of the best remedial measures to kind of, in fact, if I can go ahead and say that it is one of the best remedial measures that any of us can do for any planet in the chart. Because if you are able to propinate the sun god, you are connecting with the respective planet of the day, and once a week you are propinating that planet that you want to strengthen also, apart from all the planets. So it's very, very important there. Okay, so now let us move on to Karakatvas. As I move on to the Karakatvas, I'd like to just tell you one thing. Uttar Kalamrita has 80 Karakatvas. Fal Deepika has around 30 Karakatvas. We can learn them all up. I just don't want to read it here. I will be taking a few charts which I have prepared, and I'll be working and showing you how it has to be worked out in tandem with the house, with the sign. Once you do that, once you learn how to apply, then everything becomes very automatic, and the flow is very, it's just in the flow. The sun, we all know it is the Karaka. The first itself, when we started, I told you that it is the soul, and it is also the power. It is the universal power. There's a great amount of intense energy, and people say that the sun is all about severity. No, it is not about severity. It is about the intensity, and most of the people would say that it's a cruel planet, or people can say that it's a malefic. As per Fal Deepika, which we'll do it later, it is also the least malefic of all. So you can't say that it is malefic. You can definitely say that it is a cruel planet, and we can also understand its harshness or cruelness when we are going out in the sun at 12 o'clock, when sun is supposed to be on the zenith. Now, sun is also the fortress. So if somebody is if sun is in the, can I have a few cameras, please? I don't know whether if I am still audible or the internet is on. So just for that, can I have a few cameras? So sun is also the worship of Lord Shiva. Why do you mean, when do we worship Lord Shiva? We worship Lord Shiva when when we need to connect, rather when we need to improvise on this planet. it is supposed to be the god for the planet sun. And then it is also the thorned trees. How would you understand how to use this factor, thorned trees? You would be using this when we're talking about Prashna. Somebody has dropped a ring or anything in the garden and you're not able to find it. Then what do? You put in a question, you put in a Prashna. If sun comes out to be one of the factors, if sun comes out to be in the 6th house or sun comes out to be in the 7th house, you can say that it is the place where you have you can search around a thorn tree and you can find out about that piece of jewelry, paper, whatever article that you have dropped. Now, sun is the bitter taste. How do you use this bitter taste? This can be used for rectification also. Sometimes the lagna is right there in the it's in the sandhi, or rather the lagna is very close to a 0-degree sign. So in that case, when you need to make out, is it really the right lagna, you can just take the taste of any planet present in the 2nd house. If it's sun, then you see that the person might be liking bitter taste, and then you can ascertain that the lagna actually would fall. Old age. Sun is also about old age. When you see an old wise man, when you see not a laborer, not an old laborer, that would represent Saturn. When you see an old wise man, a kingly kind of a person, that definitely would be sun. Sun also represents cattle, and we know sun represents heat, splendor, all these things. So let us take this first chart here. This is a chart of a very famous English writer, and his name is Jeffrey Archer. And he's written so many books which have been translated, not just translated, his sale of his books itself, just in 1988, had been around 30 million. In this chart, you will see a very strong sun. It's an exalted sun, and we all know sun gets Digbali in the 10th house. Now there is also an anomaly. The sun and Saturn here in this chart are sun is exalted and Saturn is debilitated. Most of the time we find people saying that there is a niche bhang. Okay, I would like to give all of you an anomaly. What is niche bhang? Let me ask you that. All of us see, me and my grandmother, if we are working together, if my son and my grandmother are working together, who do you think is going to be the winner of the two? Definitely my grandmother, because my son, who's fast, who's agile, and who's quite strong, will have to support her. She will get the support, but as a result, my son might lose out on his pace. He may not be able to cover the distance. He definitely will not be able to cover the distance that he could have otherwise. And so he would definitely have he would be transferring some of his powers to a weaker section, or in his way to help a weaker section. What would happen is that person may lose out on that. You will always find, always without fail, such a case happening when there are a case of niche bhang. So in this case, when we're talking about this chart here,
can I ask one question?
I'll definitely give you a chance to ask the question once I finish on.
Okay.
So in such a case, when there is a niche bhang here in this chart, you see sun is the lord of the 2nd house and it's sitting in the 10th house. In one of my videos, I have definitely said that this 2, 6, 10 is the periphery of the Artha Trikona. So if 2 and 10 are connected by any means, definitely money is never a problem. Now, in this chart, money once became a problem. This is a chart of a man who wanted to be the prime minister of his country, prime minister of UK. He did become an MP, and then what happened? After that, he had to resign from his seat because he had to declare himself bankrupt. How did that happen? 8th house is also bankrupt. Saturn is the ruler of the 8th house. So it led him to bankruptcy, and there was a problem in his chart. You see, Saturn is 8th house is mysteries, and Jeffrey Archer in today's day and time is one of the most sellable. I say most sellable because his books have been so captivating that a person would not be able to put the book down till he or she has finished the entire thing. So you see how the Nij Bhang works for him. Is the second house, money is coming in, professionally he's doing very good because 8th Lord is sitting with an exalted sun here in the 10th house, which is Deepali. But again, the sun gets blemished. Sun is also your moral and honor, and sun is getting blemished because of the 8th house. He was caught with a prostitute, and for that he had to pay 1.2 million in legal damages. So you see two ways. Sun is also the karaka for money here being associated with the second house and the 10th house. So money is getting spoiled, and his reputation, his moral fiber is getting tarnished. His family had to face a lot of consequences. So all these things, the second house is affected because of the 8th Lord Saturn, which is debilitated here. So any questions? I believe somebody wanted to ask me a question.
Yes, ma'am. Ankit Bhushan this side.
Yes, Ankit.
Ma'am, by that you're explaining that Sun and Saturn both are combined. Does that mean that Saturn has gained positivity or some authority from Sun, and again that Sun has gained some negativity and effects of 8th from Saturn?
Very beautifully put. I couldn't have put it in a better way, Ankit.
Okay.
It is getting Saturn is getting positivity affected. Sun is not getting negativity, but from Saturn because it's the father. Father wouldn't be getting negative, but the father would definitely be affected by the deeds of the son. Here and money also. Second house is also money. 10th house is money from profession. So the means of earning money definitely is getting affected because of there's a loss of money here on account of it. Okay.
And one more query, ma'am. If that Saturn is of a good house, not of the 8th house, if it is
So
of
that is
some
why
better house.
yes, definitely. Here, so his 7th house, a very good point. 7th house is also the house of Pada Prapti, or that is leverage in your social status. So Saturn is debilitated. His social status was levered because of this family. Or his wife's social status was also levered because of his family.
Would it have the same effects if the Saturn was aspecting the Sun? Saturn was aspecting
right, but
Sun
if
from the
Saturn
4th
was
house.
yes, if Saturn was aspecting the Sun, then it would never have the same effects. First and foremost, Smitaji, it would be a retrograde Saturn aspecting from the 4th house.
Yeah.
When Saturn and Sun bar 7, it's always a retrograde Saturn. And to a debilitated Saturn on a retrograde Saturn are two different things.
Will? Good. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Hello. I didn't follow the last sentence. There was some obstruction in the video.
Okay, so the debilitated Saturn and a retrograde Saturn are two different things.
Okay.
So, a debilitated Saturn, a person who is weak, will not be able to give you that kind of a support. In fact, it will take some of your support.
Okay.
But a person who is retrograde, he's cheshtabali. That means that the person has a lot of abilities. There, they become equals. And then it's a war of a Titanic. It's a different case altogether.
Madam, one more query.
Yes, but one thing is Saturn will never harm Sun, nor will Sun harm Saturn. They won't. They're father and son. It is all between. It's all in the family. Yes, please.
Madam, queries as it is affecting second house. So how do we know it will affect money or family?
It will affect both, but first and foremost, it will affect the Jeev Tattva, and then it will come to something which is the degree of importance will go down. It will last will be the Mool Tattva. First and foremost is the Jeev Tattva. See, the 8th house is sexual misconduct also. I request you to please mute yourselves. The 8th house is also sexual misconduct, and it can only be done with a person. So the person gets affected first. And the family again is the 2nd house. So family will get affected first. Then your money will come in. And then other things. In fact, since you asked, somebody having a debilitated Venus may not have a very happy married life, but can be very, very accomplished, because accomplishments is something that is mood, something which is not living. But married life is with a person. It's an association with a person. That can have a problem. Somebody having a debilitated planet in the 8th house can have problems with in-laws, but can be very good with sadhana. So the concept of debilitation and exaltation is always supposed to be taken with the living, the something that falls in between category and the something which is Jad Tattva, or which is not at all living. It has to be considered that way. So, so far so good, everybody. Any explanations before I move on to the next list? Okay. So we move on to the second list. See, it's also father. It's also taste. We have already seen how taste can be explained. It's also self-realization, because sun is the soul. Sun will tell us exactly, position of sun in any chart will tell us exactly why the person has come. Here in this chart, we saw that the sun was primarily very associated with making money, with power and authority. That was a very, very prime concern. Then, sun skyward. Skyward means something that is seeing the sky, and we all know that the sun rises in the zenith in the 10th house. So any person having a planet in sun in the 10th house will do good irrespective where that sun is sitting. It can be sitting in any rasi, it can be sitting in any nakshatra. It will do very, very good. Sun is that one which is supposed to be our sun, is the son of Aditi, Mother Aditi, and he is supposed to be the custodian of the world of the mortals. At least this part of the solar system, it definitely is. So this sun is the one that is given the major prominence in the chart. Trust me, if the soul is weak, the entire chart is feeble, fumbling. So the soul has to be strong. It is very important to strengthen the sun in the chart, and Jupiter, the 9th lord. If sun happens to be a 9th lord, then definitely you have to strengthen it. You have to strengthen Jupiter also if you want to get the remedies right and working. So sun is also the bone, okay, and sun is also valor. wherever sun sits, a person puts in their valor in that area. If the sun is afflicted, trust me, we will have problems with belly. Especially if sun is sitting in the 5th house and there is a problem, if there's an affliction, there will definitely be affliction with belly. And sun aspected by malefics, one can, because it's the natural karaka for belly, so sun can give, especially afflicted by malefics. If sun is afflicted by Mars, then a person can have a lot of acidity or pitta. If sun is afflicted by Rahu, then such a person can have problems with gas, or such a person can have ulcers. If sun is afflicted by Ketu, in such a case, person can have fissures. And Saturn lowers the appetite. Saturn lowers the appetite. The small intestine could have problems there, and the person can have resulting gastric issues if there is a Sun-Saturn combination in the chart somewhere. So problems relating to the belly can be seen by the sun. Shah Rukh Khan's chart, I take a lot of his chart many a times. Sun is in the Lagna. It is debilitated, and it's also the lord of the 11th house of income, 11th house of family. We can very well say a debilitated sun, we just saw it was also father, his father, and it's a known fact. His father was not a very successful person in his life, but sun also gives a lot of strenuous. If we go carefully, we see sun is also giving a lot of strenuous effort. So this person has put in such a lot of strenuous effort in his life that he has succeeded. He has really succeeded. He has really succeeded in his life. He has gone to great places in his life because of that. And we also see that, you know, it's about self-realization. If you look into what he has to say ever, you will see that he's one of the most well-read. Though he was not very educated, but he's one of the most well-read person. And I was reading somewhere from doing just small plays to moving on to TED Talks on an international level, being invited by Harvard to give a talk. This person has come a long way. And with a debilitated sun in the Lagna, one may not be able to say that. But if we apply the Karakatvas properly, we will definitely be able to reach that. But one more point, what Jatak Bharanam says is that if a person has sun in the Lagna, and do check it out with people, they will have scanty hair. For all we know, they might have had hair transplants. So I'm not going there with Shah Rukh Khan's chart. But they have a scanty hair, and they can have problems in the eyes. These people can also have a temper to deal with. So this is something that you have to take into account when you're talking about sun in the Lagna. Conversely, whenever we are seeing a chart, we also need to see the Kalpurush Kundali. That is the natural zodiac. And according to the Kalpurush Kundali, sun here is sitting in the 7th house. So this 7th house could have a lot of, you know, such person can have a problem with women, and such people can also have a little quarrelsome nature. We have seen that Shah Rukh Khan has had problems because of quarreling with people on and off. So any questions here?
Yes, ma'am. This sun in Lagna, what I could see, the Sthir Karka Karak, the father, that has affected. But if you see the Nasargic of sun being in Lagna, that has been grown, that has not been affected in his chart.
Yes, exactly. So exactly what I'm trying to tell you is that when it's a debilitation, the first thing that will affect is the people. It will never affect. It will the person is the one, the vibes. Because never forget, in astrology, what happens? You learn because of the acts of people. in a certain situation which is created for you and me, all of us, in our lives, we learn because of certain experiences, and things don't create experience for you. People create that experience. Okay. Subhash Vishwas, when Sun and Saturn are in conjunction, then Venus is much affected. Is it true? Not that honestly I have heard about. Okay, so now we can move on to the malefics. As we will be talking more and more about the Karatottvas, but let's move on between the malefics. The list of malefics. As I told you, in the series of malefics, as per Phaldipika, it is very well noted in Phaldipika that Sun, Mars, Rahu, Ketu, and Saturn, these are the planets which will find the maleficence, the degree of maleficence increases. So Sun is the least malefic, we can call it cruel. But what happens when these malefic planets are traveling over Sun? When these malefic planets are traveling over Sun, Mars can cause some problem to Sun, can cause a breakage, bone breakage. As a result, there would be a loss of blood also. Mars can also cause Pitta. I told you earlier, it can cause Pitta. It can also cause your temper. It can cause you problems with your father, because Sun is the father. It can cause harsh issues regarding governmental issues. Rahu, on the other hand, when it is passing over Sun, it can give you a lot of illusions in life. These illusions, as I'm talking, all of you must be having a few charts in your mind. So try putting them on. Please do give in your comments if such is happening or not. Now, when Rahu is traveling over Sun, it might create certain illusions in your life. And when a time comes that these illusions can actually be very problematic, because when it's just like, it's the morning dew. When this morning dew evaporates, there's nothing left. So this can be happening. When Ketu is moving over, this is a very trying time. When Ketu is moving over, when Ketu is moving over Sun, that's a real trying time, because it will cause intense amount of pain. That is for sure. This intense amount of pain that you feel in life is to make you realize that everything is ephemeral and you need to just let things go. Ketu is in one shot cut. Ketu cuts. So we need to understand that when Ketu is moving over Sun, it is making you move on your right path, whereas Rahu over your Sun can lead you away from your path. You have been moving away from path for quite some time now, and Ketu has been sent as a transitory planet to get you on your path. Saturn as such is a planet, when associated with transit Sun for all of us, it will make you work really hard. Sun does not work. Understand that. Sun does not work. Yes, Ashwi. When Saturn, yes, what I meant is about natal transits over the natal Saturn moving over your natal Sun. It will make you work so hard. It will polish you up that once you start over, things will be very, very easy for you. So Saturn is about hard work. Ketu is about piercing pain. Rahu is all about illusions, which will later cause immense pain. And Mars is about fights, straight and singled out fights. Functional benefit, in that case, you would be fighting over things which are correct. Mars, when it is a functional benefic, it is passing over. Aspect is not considered as transit. There's a difference between transit when a planet is moving. Okay, so now let us come back again to the list of karakas for Uttar Kalamrita. Sun is half a year, Ayan. So whenever we use this for timing of events, and we also use it in Prashna. When people say how long will it work out, how long will it take for things to work out, we generally give them a period of half a year, things like that. It's a Ayan. Sun is the eye. So I just went and told you that if Sun is sitting in the Lagna for people, we can check it out. Or in the 12th house, as Shatak Bharnam says, even in the 12th house, it can definitely give you issues relating to eyes. It can give you eye problems. When Sun is sitting wandering over mountains, what do you mean by wandering over mountains? You want to go out somewhere, you would find if somebody has their Sun in the 4th house, then these people like to go to mountains for a holiday or things like that, or 9th house also, then these people will like to go to religious places which have mountains about rather than the seaside or the lakes. You would also see Sun is a quadruped. That's the way it is given. So when you have Sun prominent and you say who could have taken it, it could also be, or where could that be lying? It could be under a chair with 4, not with 3 stands, but with 4 stands. And I've seen that happen. So Sun is the king. The king always. So when I was telling you that Sun and Saturn transiting over Sun makes you work in the direction which your soul is supposed to take. Sun will not work. Sun does not work. Anybody who has a very prominent Sun in their chart, they will always be the CEOs. They're not going to work. They have many people under them. Sun in 5th house. Sun in 5th house definitely will be one of those people who will be very, very bothered about their social status. Even if they do not have much money, but their pomp and show will be such of a high social status. You can check that out in any chart. Sun is related to traveling. As I was just telling you, people who have Sun in their 4th house would be prone to traveling because Sun is always on the move. And this is the time, the 4th house of the natural zodiac for Sun is the time when it moves into the Dakshinayan. So that is the time when you will see such people will always be moving away from their home. The Sun is also about biting. Why do you say bite? It's about, you will understand, it's both the bites. You will see people with a Sun in the 2nd house, they will eat big bites of food. And Sun is scorch, that is heat. We also see Sun as eye disease, circular shape, when you have to make an amulet, when you have to make, this is how you have to see. Karakatvas, learning of the Karakatvas is very, very easy. But you have to see how you will put it in the chart. Now, when do you need an amulet? When you need to use a circular shape? When you have to give somebody a remedy for Sun. So you say you have to, draw a circular shape, or you have to make an amulet of a circular shape, or when you are doing a puja, you draw a circle and then you do those pujas. So all this is very important in remedies. Or you can also use it in Prashna. Any circular body around, where you could have kept a thing, where the person could have left their thing. All those things can be used many ways. Sun is also mental purity. Sun is also lordship of the whole country. That means, again, it comes back in another way. The king, it could be the president, it could be the prime minister. Do you know that in Donald Trump's chart, it is in the 10th house, Sun is in the 10th house. Again, Digbali. And it's Rahu. It's with Rahu. So we know the kind of illusions that it creates in his chart for everybody. Sun in ninth house. Yes, we will see. Yes, I have Sun. Soham Patel, thank you so much. Sun in fourth house, and he is a business development, and so person so always traveling. Thank you so much for this. So confirmation. Okay, we'll see as we come to the other houses. Again, you need to see this chart. When we are seeing this chart, we see that this person has a near debilitation sun. So should the sun be working for him? I would say definitely working for him, because it is two. One, it's Digbali, and it's the ninth lord. Ninth lord in the 10th house is Dharm Karma Adhipati Yoga is being formed. I talk about the presence of Rahu in the ninth house on separately, but you see, this is Bob Hunter's chart. He is the one who started Greenpeace, an organization that has worldwide branches, and he took on the biggest of the big possible. He literally, when we're talking about mental purity here, and we're talking about traveling, this couldn't have been a better place, a chart to decipher. He's traveled the world over. Vasudeva Kutum, that is the Sanskrit shloka that fits this man down to the T. And he's been so good at defining this. Too good. So this is what Bob Hunter's chart says. You see, again, traveling. Again, it's in a dual sign, and it's a 9th and 10th lord. So he was very 10th in the 10th house. Again, malefics in the 3 and the 10th. All, literally all texts. Jatak Garnam has been very stressful about it. Has stressed this matter to a great deal. But when we're talking about other texts, they've all said malefics, especially Sun in the 3rd house and the 10th house, is a force to reckon with. Such people will have the support of the government, and here in his case, he has taken governments to task. In the 3rd house, Sun is excellent because it gives you the courage. You see, it is also aspecting the 9th house. Unless and until your 9th house is afflicted, such people will be very straight in speaking only the truth, and their sense of logic will be flawless. With their speech, this commanding voice, there's a difference between speech and being an orator. They will have a very convincing speech, and which is always going to be backed by logic. So these people will have a very strong hold, captivating hold on the people they are conversing with, and their imagination is also very good. These people have great creative ability, so these people should be working on these things. And somehow or the other, they will have a great connect with their Ishta. Okay, now you see in this, there's again a strong connect between the Dharma Trikonas, because Jupiter, which is the lord of the Lagna, that is one, and Mars, which is the lord of the 5th house, and Sun, which is the lord of the 10th house, 9th house. They're all connecting somehow or the other. And Mars, when I just told you, when Mars connects to Sun, gives you a fighting ability. This you can see from this chart. He's fought for the rights of the animals. But a retrograde Mars, I would always say, is better, because not only does it give you a fighting ability, it gives you an ability to fight with a strategy in mind. From being just a soldier, you become the general, which are Mars has the qualities of both being a soldier and a general. So from being just a soldier, you become a general here. And he's fought for these cases. Dharm Trikon becomes very important here. He's not caring about money, no way. What he's caring about, doing the right thing at the right time and to the right kind of situations and people. And before I move ahead forward, any more questions? let's not ask personal questions. Let's ask questions which will help all of us understand things. Personal questions, others may not feel like listening to them. So if anybody has any question that is for all, please come on mic and please speak. I'll be happy to answer those questions. Sun in 8th house. Yes, I will be doing that. Thank you so much, Mukesh Jainji, for saying a very true for Sun in 8th house. Yes, Nick.
In regards to retrograde or direct, I know you've said it, and I know you've mentioned it in previous classes that retrograde planets are stronger, and in regards to like a retrograde, whatever planet it is, that kind of insinuates some kind of past life karma. So even though it's stronger in this life, is that to help you rebuild from something in the past, do you think?
Very possible. Very, very possible. Because you are carrying on, you're finishing on something that you had wanted to do it in some life, was not able to complete it. So now you're putting in that extra push to somehow get it done in this lifetime.
Okay, yeah, I was just curious what your thoughts were. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Manish ji, for saying that it is true that it spoils one of the karakattvas of the house of its placement. Yes. So when we are talking about a debilitated planet, we really do need to see what is the house it is placed in, the sign it is. In fact, for any planet, we need to see the house and sign. That gives a great preview into how things will pan out. Combust planet. If you can understand Hindi, we have a very good video on our YouTube channel. But as per Uttar Kalamrita, there are few planets, namely Saturn and Venus, which will not get combust. And every planet has a certain degree where combustion can be felt, but combustion is also the surrender. What does combustion imply? Combustion implies that that planet will lose all its powers, good, bad, or ugly, and will be totally under the control of Sun. Sun being the universal force, it will then try to modulate the two houses that that planet owns. Mercury also, to a great degree, when it is very close to the Sun, does not, up to a great degree, does not get combust, because Mercury is forever very close to a Sun. Now it's like my grandfather could have been the most important man in the family, but I was a small child, being the princess, was very close to him and staying throughout the day and night with him. His strength did not affect me to a great degree until and unless he got very angry, and then I kind of shied away. Otherwise, I was very comfortable in his presence. That is the way we need to consider Mercury when we are talking about combustion. But Uttar Kalamrita very, very categorically states that Saturn and Venus do not get combust. Mercury retrograde and combust result. Tanmay, I will answer that later, but
which version of Uttara Kalamrita you're referring to?
PS Shastri, one of the best versions possible.
Okay.
So let's move on to Sun. Soham Patel is not the reason for Cancer. Cancer is expansion, and expansion is under the jurisdiction of Jupiter. Malefic expansion under Rahu. Rahu is the smoke which expands, and Jupiter is ether, the planet of expansion. So we need to consider Jupiter's malefic effects when we're talking about Cancer. Okay. So let's move on to the list of Karakattvas of Sun from Uttar Kalamita back again. Uh, Sun is ornaments, Sun is also gold and copper, and Sun is also blood. So that is why I told you when Mars and Sun combine, there could be a problem relating to breakage of bones because Mars is also bone marrow and Sun is blood. So there would definitely be bloodshed somewhere. Sun, people predominantly Saturn is tall. Sun is not very tall. That is, we think that Sun is very tall. No, Sun is a squarish body. A red cloth is when you have an affected, you generally ask people to do certain remedies, and in this remedy, we will also have a a sun remedy. You can also ask people to donate red color clothes, and that too to some person with a certain acknowledged, a person who is acknowledged by others, or a very high kuleen, as they say, priest. Sun is also stone, and it is public life. When you take Sun in the 10th house, that is why Sun is not very happy in the 4th house. Sun is not very happy. Jatak Bharanam says that Sun in the 4th house gives you problem with friends. In addition, I have also seen that when Sun is in somebody's 4th house, it also gives a person a very dominant mother, and life could be really difficult there. Sun in the 10th house, and such a person may not be having a very happy public life, because 4th house is all about home and security, and Sun is a planet which is more on the outside. So Sun in the 10th house, again it gets big belly. Sun in the 9th house, very beautiful. Sun in the 3rd house, because that's your place of where you are with your neighbors, your friends, and people. Sun in the 2nd house with family members. You're amongst people there. That is a good place. Sun in the 8th house is not a good place, again, because it's in solitude. 8th house is the house of solitude. Sun is very much associated with the public life. And Sun is definitely a river bank. Okay.
Ma'am, river bank किस way में? In which river bank?
In a river bank. So you see, in the olden times, people would go to the river bank. Why would they go to the river bank? They would go to the river bank to give the oblations. The first arak, as they say, the oblation that you give of the day is to the sun god.
Oh.
And in the olden days, they didn't do it. They didn't do it outside our verandas or the portico or anything. Where would they go? They would go to the river to give the oblation. So that is why it is written river banks. So it's most beneficial to give the oblation to the sun god, half drenched in the water and pouring the water with half immersed in water to the sun god. That's the best thing you can do. That is why in the Kumbh Mela that happens in India every year, that is why the Naga sadhus are given the first muhurt. They go there and they do their oblations. Only once they have finished are we allowed to do that, the common people. Okay, so we are moving on to Mani Ratnam's chart. Before that, let me see if we have any questions. Debilitated Sun in 4th house gives good public relations. I would say that this person would be killing probably his ego, because it's a debilitated Sun. Sun is also your self-respect or your ego. That is why he can have a good relationship. But generally, Sun in the 4th house does not give very many good relationships. Dhruv, everything, Ashtak Varga does matter. Obviously, it does matter. Own house in 4th house. Own house in 4th house. such a person would be the king of his own house, and he would not tolerate views of others. He could go to the point, sun in own house in the fourth house that is for a Taurus Lagna person, and sun in such a case for a person would mean that the person would be very a dominating factor in the house, would not allow anybody else to hold the place of dominance. We will check this out. Okay, since you've said that, let us move on to this slide, this set of slides, where you would be understanding how to work things out. Now, exaltation and debilitation are the points that I have already covered. Exaltation is something where you're very, very happy, where you're extremely happy, and you've got a lot of power in exaltation. This is a place where you've earned a lot of good merit, and you will shine in that place. Debilitation is a place where you need to work. You really need to put in a lot of effort. And then, because one of the, as per Uttar Kalamrita, one of the factors about, or one of the Karatatvas is strenuous effort that one puts in. So you will definitely have to put in a lot of strain, okay, to make things happen for you. And we saw that in the chart of Shah Rukh Khan, where right, because his father was not a successful man, he had built it within himself. Willpower again also comes from sun, and he had built it within himself that he's going to be something in life to reckon with, come hell or high water. And so that required a lot of work on his part, and he did that. Now I want to ask, what do you exactly, and please do put in your questions, or please, if you know, what do you exactly mean by Mula Trikona? How can you define Mula Trikona?
Ma'am, it is like an office where you have to work.
Yes, it is like an office where you have to work. So anyone who has sun sitting there. Now, if I am, I go to my office where I have to work. Would I want to be respected or not? Anything that is due to me with that office, okay. So if I am even if I am just an accountant of the company, and then I would definitely want all the perks, all the social status, and all the respect that is due to a person as the office bearer, accountant, being given to me. So the first 20 degrees in Leo, that is the Mula Trikona of sun. So when sun is in Leo, that's a very strong place to be. In that case, this person, whichever house it is, if it's your 8th house, then the person expects a lot in terms, not probably in terms of money, no, but in terms of lots of respect and lots of, a lot of name and fame from your in-laws. And when you don't get that, because here comes the matter of expectation. So if you don't get that, there's a lot of problems there. Again, if it is in your 5th house, then you want a lot of respect from public also, because 5th house is also the house of celebrityhood. If it's in your 4th house, at your home, you want to live royally like a king. So you could have discord right there with family members, or your mother could also be like that. She would want to be the queen of the house, and she could be very dominating. So that can happen. Because 4th house essentially is of the mother. Okay. So we'll go back to A.R. Rahman. Start. Oh no, and we see that sun for him is in the Lagna. And we see that he's not very tall either, because the Lagna will define a person. So he is of a normal height, and rulership of the eastern direction. Yes, to the west, he comes from the east, and his movies we all know, and the Lagna is also your east. Incidentally, for him, it happens to be the sign is the fire sign, which also represents the east direction. So all in all, he started from east, and now he's all over the world. The sun rises in the east. He rose from the east, and he has now captured the whole world. So whichever direction sun is sitting, east of that direction could give you a lead to something that you're looking for. Again, so these karakatwas, this is the way you need to put in, assimilate. Again, see, it's with Mercury. Mercury is the lord of the 7th and 10th house, and that will represent definitely his work and his social standing. Here sun again becomes the lord of the 9th house. So we have to see Sagittarius is also about traveling. He's one of this traveling musician. He's traveled the world. He's had 3 world tours. Mercury also is accomplishments. He's one of the most accomplished people. And Mercury here is Big Bali. Apart from having a very strong sun, he also has a very strong Mercury in his chart. So extremely accomplished as a percussionist, and you name it, he's played it. That kind of music. So yes, if okay. What did Manish Kumar ji ask? Manish Kumar asked, please highlight why A.R. Rahman has done conversation through sun. Yes, Manish, could you please explain what you've asked?
Sorry, ma'am. Sun is the 9th lord, and he has converted to Islam. Being in the, and sun is in the Dharma Rasi, 9th Rasi, Dhanu Rasi, in the Lagna. So I just wanted to understand why he has.
Beautiful question. Can you see anything on sun? Can you see any aspect on sun? I'm waiting for somebody to check the chart carefully. Can you find any aspect on sun?
Rahu, ma'am. Rahu is expecting.
Rahu and Saturn
is
both.
also aspecting. Saturn Mars is also aspecting.
Saturn is there. Saturn, Mars, Rahu, all aspecting this. And the Lagna Lord Jupiter is retrograde in the 8th house. And this is not something that he's wanting to do it now. He's been wanting to do it since a lifetime. There's no aspect of Jupiter on the Lagna, or the 9th house, or the 9th Lord. And as I said, the malefic aspect. There is malefic aspects all, and I have explained the malefic aspects earlier. He could be having a lot of issues, health issues also. And he's had a lot of struggle. He's had a lot of struggle in his life. If you read, you will read that right from very early childhood, he had to move on to working because his father passed away. Sun is also the 9th lord, aspected by the Markesh, Saturn. His father passed away at a very young age, when he was a very young person, also very young child, and he had to work really hard because he was the eldest, and he had to work really hard for his with his mother to sustain his brothers and sisters. Thank you so much, Manish, for raising that question.
Ma'am, why he changed his dharma?
Yes.
He's changed his religion.
Yes, that's why he changed his religion. Rahu is a foreign planet affecting it, and he's got malefic aspects. He's got all malefic aspects possible without any benefic aspect. Neither Venus nor Moon nor Jupiter aspects his Lagna. This has not been an easy story. And his is a classic example which says that when we look up to all the celebrities, we think that they have it all in life. They don't. The way that they, while others slept, were working upwards in the night. So that's a very classic example here. He's had to work himself up without any parental support. On the contrary, he's had to support his mother from a very young age. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So, welcome. So now, when we see the last list, it is coral, strong at midday. If you follow the chart, this is a very strong point that all of us need to know and understand, that the sun will always, whenever the Lagna rises. So now the Lagna, sun is in Aries, the Lagna will be starting from Aries. When sun, and at the very degree that the sun is rising, every day the Lagna rises from that very degree. As the sun moves, the Lagna moves for the rising sun. So for the next month, when the sun changes sign, the Lagna at the time of sunrise will always be Taurus. Now it's Aries. When it moves a full circle, we'll come to sun in Pisces, and then at the time of sunrise, Lagna would be in Pisces. At midday, around 12 o'clock, for us, because we are living near the equator, and we are living near the Tropic of Cancer, and also for those Tropic of Capricorn, the sun will always be in the 10th house at midday. Sun is strong, we know, Digbali in the 10th house. So at midday, sun is very, very strong. Anybody who has their birth at 12 o'clock will nearly have sun in the Lagna. Sorry, in the 10th house. In the 10th house. Anybody early morning, 6:30, 6:45, in the winters, and around 5:30 to 6:30 in the summers will definitely have sun in the Lagna. That is also, you should be able to compute. If somebody says I'm born early, yeah, so must be morning born.
6:25. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so it will be a morning born. So it will always happen with people who will have like this. So we also use the birth time to understand which house the sun can fall in, and that's an easy calculation to do. And sun is long-standing anger. Mars gets angry very quickly. When Mercury gets angry, you should be very afraid of a mercurial prominent person getting angry. They don't get angry, they get even. Sun will have it all brewing within him, and then he bursts like a volcano when the heat comes scorching to you. Sun is all about capturing the enemy, and sun is a sattvic planet. Sun is a very sattvic planet. It will definitely heat or heat to everybody. Anybody who moves out in the sun will always get its heat. Doesn't matter who you are. Moon is predominant. It changes its shape, and it is, they say moon is not sattvic. Moon is rajasic. Sees and then gives. Red chandan or saffron. That is, red chandan or saffron is used as a remedial measure again. If you have to increase your vitality, use these things. Hostility. Yes. Understand that wherever sun is sitting, it will want to be predominant there. Nobody else. Thick court. It is again for prashna, or it is for something related to timing, or something related to lost queries, what you should use to give, etc. I take the chart of Donald Trump, Sun Rahu, right there in the 10th house. What did it say? Hostility, long-standing anger, capture of the enemy. You can use all this in this chart. Eyes closed. 10th house Sun, extremely strong in business, and it's also the Lagna lord. However, Rahu, he gets angry very quickly, and then he's very hostile towards people who don't listen to him, and he wants predominance. The right or the wrong is never in the consideration because it's Rahu associated. It's his illusion that everything that he sees is mine. That's his illusion. And Rahu's created. He wanted to buy Greenland and create hotels and resorts there. So that tells it all. So these are the ailments that Sun can give you. Heart ailments. If Sun is in the 5th house and it is you have a Sun Mahadasha coming in, and you also find that there's somebody who's not keeping very well, that person should really take care of their heart, because especially if it's afflicted by malefics. Again, we see that Sun is, as I told you, Karaka of eye, belly, and heart. It is the limb is the head. Sun in the Lagna can cause a lot of head injuries also if aspected by malefics, and there are no benefic effects. Why do we use the grain? The grain is, somebody asked me the other day what to give for remedy as a for Sun. So for Sun, the remedy that we really need to give is wheat. Wheat is something when you give as the dan, especially during the Sun Hora, it works really well. It works really well. Okay, so again, the cloth. Why do you need to see the cloth? Again, you need to give the cloth, or you need to offer it in the temple. When you need to give it in the temple, the cloth, fine cloth is a quality of Venus, and fine cloth is a quality of Moon. The cloth here will always be coarse. The cloth can never be very fine when you're talking about Sun. For Mars, it's a burnt cloth, always. Saturn, you give an old cloth. So there are many things that we need to consider when we are giving or doing remedies. So we do have time for the Dwadash Adityas, and they are in the Vishnu Puran. They have a mention in the Vishnu Puran. But before that, let me see if there are questions. Yes, Narsimha, when there is Sun in the 5th house, one should also look forward to getting a lot of respect. You can look forward to it, but in turn, you also need to know that the 5th house, when Sun is there, the children, you can expect a lot of respect from them, but the planet sitting in the 5th house will also need its share. So you also need to respect your children. You can respect them, but you also need to respect them. Sun in 8th house, Mr. Patel, this is a personal question. I would ask you people to ask questions that can help people in general. Manglik Yoga Bhang and Sun's role. Tanmay Guha, this is the first time that I'm hearing about Manglik Yoga Bhang and Sun's role. Honestly, I don't know anything about it. Sun, if it is the Atma Karaka, if Sun is the Atma Karaka, then it's a very beautiful, but it is also about, it wants to lead everybody. It wants to become the hero also. Sun in 11th house in Capricorn. Lord of the 6th house. So this person would be having a very steady income, Anika. Sun in 4th house, but is the Lord of the 5th house and Aries Lagna along with Mercury. This is a very personal question. I would definitely want to answer questions because that definitely gives me a lot of points to cover. But please, let's make it a more of a generalized where everybody of us can enjoy and learn.
Sun with Venus and Saturn sitting together, all three.
Okay, Sun, Venus, and Saturn sitting together. Again, Saturn and Venus are not afflicted, and such a person can have a break in affairs and can have, an affinity for women who are, or men who are younger or more beautiful, but definitely would not be staying in that relationship for long. Yes, Shakti, very, very good. Thank you. I will definitely go through Sun in all houses systematically. Let us talk about Jatak Varnam. Thank you so much for that input, Shakti. So let's start with Sun in the 1st house. Sun in the 1st house for any Lagna, definitely that Sun is giving us a very somebody wants to shine in life. Somebody wants to put their best foot forward. That's a given. But such people definitely can have headaches. Such people can also suffer from eye problems. Sometimes, if this Lagna is afflicted, these people can have anger issues, and these people can also have ego issues. Sun in the 2nd house is a very beautiful place because it shows it's your 2nd house. It's a house of morals and ethics. A good Sun gives you a great education, great moral value, and you can have a good family. You could be coming from a good family. In good, I don't mean in terms of just wealth. You could have good moral values there. Okay. Now, when we're talking about Sun in the 3rd house, whenever Sun is placed in the 3rd house, it is one of the most beautiful places to be with. Sun in the 3rd house gives you a great deal of courage. See, Sun is the ultimate heat and courage of our solar system. So these people will never have a fear of putting their best foot forward. They will never have a fear of speaking their minds out. And Sun sitting in the 3rd house is aspecting the 9th house. So all that you're talking and all that you're saying is definitely all about what is correct, what is the truth, and you are being unbiased. You could also be the leader. As a child, you could be a leader of your colony members. As you grow up, your friend circle increases and you can become the leader of your friend circle. You could also be moving into political circles if the Sun is probably correct. Because Sun is also about government. In the 4th house, as I have stated, that this Sun gives you a lot of traveling. In the 4th house, the Sun gives one a lot of traveling. But excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So in the 4th house, this Sun gives people a lot of traveling, but also person can have a very dominating mother. That's for sure. A person can have a mother who would be a father-like figure. 4th house is not a place. All the houses, all the water signs, 4, 8, 12, is not a place where Sun is very happy with. Sun is a fire planet. When you put fire into the water, it extinguishes. It loses its qualities. So Sun is definitely not happy in 4, 8, 12 houses. So this person can act as if he's the king of the jungle, his own house, but at the very core, that person may not be very happy with his life. When Sun is in the 5th house, this person is extremely creative, would want a lot of bordering to being a control freak if there is a lot of malefic influence. It could border to be a control freak, and a person who would want a lot of respect from others. There's only one way to get things done out of this person, and by giving him or her a lot of respect. Otherwise, your work will not be done. That's for sure. And once you do that, that person will come forward and do the work by his or with responsibility, will be taking responsibility. May not do the work himself or herself, but will definitely get the work done. Anybody who's got their phones or their laptops, the speakers on, please request to shut off. When we're talking about sun in the 6th house, now again, sun in the 6th house, people say it's a malefic, but it's an Upachaya house, and sun in the 6th house is a very beautiful place because it gives you the ability to actually, in Hindi, if I can use that word, dho dalna, to literally send your enemies running for helter and shelter. If you recall the chart of Bob Hunter, his sun is placed in Virgo, which is the 6th house of the natural zodiac. And I have told you, and most astrologers will tell you, that you really do need to consider the Kalpurusha Kundali or the natural zodiac. It's sitting in the 6th house of the natural zodiac. Bob Hunter was known to choose his opponents and then take them to glory. These people do not take any warriors, take no living kinds. The end for their people. And 6th house, this people will have a good job. They will have a good job. 7th house, sun is not good. It does not bode well for married life, and it makes one very quarrelsome. 8th house, sun, again, it's compared to a water sign. 8th house sun, a person, 8th house is about a lot of problems, elongated problems. Whenever this, see, Ayan is 6 months, so it's a short period. But whenever 8th house is a house which is something that is continuing, it does not cut off easily. Any planet in 8th house gives you a disease that is everlasting. It continues for a long period. So these people may be facing problems in their life for quite a long period. But they are good researchers. They're very good researchers, and there can be two options for such people. Either they move into solitude, they take up sadhana, they move into solitude by their own, or they give up sadhana. Or they give up, they will be forced to move out of social life. They take up research or they take up sadhana, and then they would be using that energy. When we move to the 9th house, these again, as I had connected with the 3rd and 9th, again 9th also, these people can have a very strong ability to be very logical in their explanation, backed by a dearth of, a huge amount of knowledge, lot of knowledge. But if there is a malefic aspect, then this itself can convert into a lot of problems for the person, because such a person then becomes argumentative in nature. And your knowledge may not belong to your own shastras. It could be from somewhere else. Which at times, because we are all bound by our societies, the society norms may not be very comfortable with it. 10th house, again, 10th house sun, even if it is in debilitation, you can write it off as one of the best places for sun to be in, Digbali. Obviously, debilitation will leave its mark. Debilitation will definitely leave its mark, because when sun is debilitated in the 10th house, it is definitely as the 8th house lord debilitated in the 10th house. So such a person may not be able to gain much by way of inheritance for Capricorn Lagna. So inheritance can be a problem. Then promotions in your jobs can be a problem. But steadily, with strenuous effort, this person will definitely be able to make it big. So 10th house planet here is as Sun is very good, is very beautiful. Okay, now when we move on to the 11th house, 11th house, Sun makes a person gives a person a lot of affinity for what should I say, arts, different kinds of arts. If this person knows different kinds of arts, this person will be very prosperous and will have a huge circle of friends and a very steady income. When we were doing the list of Karakatvas, one thing that also came was Sun is steady. So wherever Sun is steady, there you can have in the 3rd house a steady speech, in the 8th house steady research abilities, in the 9th house steady learning, 10th house a steady job. When Sun is in the 12th house, it can again give you, getting us back, connecting it to the 1st house, it can give you problems in the eye, it can give you sleep related issues, it can also give you problems with government. A lot of things can happen. So generally, Sun in water signs or Sun in 4, 8 and 12 is not very conducive for the native, though it does give native a lot things to work on. I'll just touch bases with you people about, so before I move on, any question?
Yeah, you said 4, 8, 12, the Sun is not very conducive, but all the signs are friendly to in nature to Sun. Moon, Mars and Jupiter.
Yes, 4, 8, but Sun is there, you see, in the 4th house, it makes you love your own house. But then Sun is something which is to do with public. It's not a small, what can I say? Also see the nature of the house. It's not a very small land. It is a sun, and you can't contain the sun in the home. See the nature of the house. 8th house is a gel-like status where it's all darkness, and sun and darkness don't go hand in hand.
And I got it, ma'am. The research point comes over here that it will put light and something out will come due to sun light.
Yes, the sun is putting its light to discover something and research. That's it.
Okay. Fine.
So now let us see the questions. Another set of questions. How to interpret in the Navamsha? That's a very big place to go to group, and we cannot cover it in this session, in this webinar. We will definitely take it up in some other webinar or in our one of our videos. Yes, it is the natural Karaka for Atma, and we think that Tanmay. Lal Kitab, Dinesh ji, I am not quoting from the Lal Kitab, I am talking from the Jatak Dharanam.
Yeah, because ma'am only saying that some of the symptoms being quoted from Lal Kitab, which are not valid for Vedic. That's what I was saying.
Okay. So
my another question is.
I generally. Yes, please continue.
My another question is, ma'am, what happens if Sun is sitting in 4th, 8th, and 12th signs? You've talked about the houses, but if it is sitting in 4th, 8th, and 12th sign, is it uncomfortable?
It's not very comfortable either. But then you have to see that which house is it related to. If it's sitting in the 8th sign of the natural zodiac, but if it's in your 3rd house, then you will have a point of research before you speak something and you make your voice felt. The natural zodiac, but it is sitting in your 5th house, then your children will learn the art of sacrifice and be magnanimous about it. You have to learn to work with the sign, the house, and the planet.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
मैम एक क्वेश्चन मेरा है.
Why Sun and Saturn? Just a second. Sushma ji, I will definitely come back to you. Give me half a minute. I'm reading somebody's.
Okay.
When Sun in the ma'am, why Sun and Saturn conjunction is said to be bad? Sun and Saturn conjunction will take us back to the story of Sanjana. See, the story is whether they've happened or not. That is not a point of debate. But what is it that we can infer from those stories is something that we need to learn. When Sun moves in search of his wife Sanjana, leaving behind her shadow Chaya, he doesn't turn around and see that she has been his partner for years. That is when the contention between Saturn and Sun begins. So there could be a point of the Saturn and Sun are sitting together in a chart. The father and son may not be able to meet eye to eye on a number of things. It's not good or bad. It's about not being able to meet eye to eye on a number of points. Shakti, good question here. If Sun does not like to be in 4, 8 or 12 houses. Similarly, if Sun's sign Leo occupies 4th, 8th or 12th house, is it also not very comfortable for Sun? We have seen that Leo is also its Mula Trikona sign. It's the house of office. So this person would be ruling the house also as his office. It's not about comfort. Others around him would not be comfortable. Others around him would be feeling as if we are living in Hitler's regime. Okay. Now, Sun and Pushkar degree. We will have to take it on. I think we'll just have to take one webinar on Navamsha, be it Pushkar Navamsha or Pushkar degrees also. Some different remedies rather than the natural remedies. And what are we going to get out of that, Pavanji? What are we going to get out of the different remedies rather than the natural remedy? Because the natural remedy, trust me, works better than most of the different remedies. When we are doing remedies of the Sun and we are not respecting our father and we are shouting at our father or fighting with our father, trust me, that Karaka is, as I told you, the Jeev Karaka is affected. Know that the Jeev Karak also affects you the most. So if your father said, you will be beaten one day, trust me, you will be beaten one day. So when your father is saying something, you don't want to do that thing, keep quiet and leave. That's the best remedy. Because you don't want the universe to say Tathastu to the words of the Sun Karak there. Don't fight. Respect. Others might have a problem. When they give you that Sun is the father, Sun is the government, they also give you that is implied that you treat it as a remedial measure also. Aditya Hridayam is one of the best things. In fact, after the age of 45, 50, we all should be doing Aditya Hridayam. It does two things. As we are losing out on our vitality, we've done the Karakas of Sun. It gives us vitality. It restores vitality. Do you know that Aditya Hridayam Stotra is something that was taught to Sri Ram by Rishi Agastya, one of the most respected rishis of the south. When he was losing out on the battle, in the battlefield against against Ravan. And Ravan and Sri Ram both had an exalted son. And you can find that in Ravan Samhita. And after doing the Aditya Hridayam, we know there was no looking back for Lord Sri Ram. But he respected his father also. He respected the last wishes of his father. So his son was strong. It was losing out in front of the stronger opponent. But then when he started doing the Hridayam, Aditya Hridayam Stotra, he actually won the war. So Aditya Rhythm is very, very strong to be done if somebody wants to improve on their sun. Then we also, as we are doing the remedial measures, we also need to see the Navagraha Stotras. The Navagraha Stotras are very, very important. Okay, so as an astrologer, when we are talking about others, when we are doing seeing other people's chart, there's a lot of karma involved. We do not realize that. But when we are propinating the Navagraha Stotras, which is right in the central figure in the Navagraha Stotra is the sun, and all the other planets surround it. So when we are propinating the Navagrahas, we are actually activating a protection. We are actually asking them to help us as guides, and we are actually activating a protection. My sincere request to everybody is to do this Navagraha Stotra every day without fail. And if possible, right when you are doing the propinating the sun god. There's also the, the stotra about the sun god, Chipakushma Shankasham. You can do that shloka. And there's also a stotra about the sun god, which you seriously must do if you want good vitality in life, and if you want name, fame, good service in life. Okay. Can Vargottama sun is results like exaltation? Vargottama where? Vargottama in good house or bad house? If it's Vargottama in bad house, then it can give you problems. Person getting disease by sun in chart can also recite Aditya. Yes, Divya. If somebody has a problem of sun, say somebody has issues in their bellies, you should do Aditya Hridayam Stotra. It's very good. I don't know about Aditya Hridayam Stotra making conflict with other remedies. Any puja, I don't think gives any conflict with other remedies. This is a stotra which people I know have been doing for ages, and even at the age of 70 are quite healthy and can give anyone of us a run for their money. Yes, Shushma Ji, now I will take over your question. Please ask me your question.
Then sun fifth lord होकर अगर ninth lord eighth lord होकर fifth house में हो तो क्या eye disease देगा?
Definitely it will give, and it might give a eye disease which is lingering, or it can, in fact, 8th house is also the intestine. More than eye diseases can give you problems in the intestine or the belly.
Okay, thank you.
And some problem like you have to go to the gastrointestinal institutes time and time again, because the 8th house of recurring diseases also gets attached.
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome. If the sun is Markesh and placed in the fifth house, it will burn 5th house or not getting children. Sun in the 5th house is definitely not a good place for childbearing, because it can sun with its heat can actually cause problems. It's a barren planet. It does not give fruits. Jupiter, in fact, even Jupiter sometimes in the 5th house is not good. So sun in the 5th house, Partha, is not good for children. If sun is the lord of 159 and 11th house, can we make donations for him? Good day to ask that. People say if sun is the lord of the good houses, you should not make donations. I think more than donations, give freely. It increases your punya. do things for people who are needy, it definitely increases your punya. Any more questions? Anybody wants to ask a question? Before I move on, the last set I would like to take slides. It's a very beautiful case where you see the Adityas. There are Dwadas Adityas, and each Aditya in the Navagraha Pura, when we're talking about the Adityas, each Aditya will have its own characteristics. Wherever your sun is placed, it will give a different characteristics from month on, from Aries to the from Aries to Pisces, different names and different months: Dhata, Aryaman, Mitra, Varun, Indra. Then we have Vivasan, then we have Pushya, Pusan or Parajanya for October, November. Then we have Anshuman, we have Bhaga, we have Tatswar, and we have Vishnu. So there are 12 such Adityas, and each of the Adityas are accompanied by different rishis, by different yakshas, gandhas, and different what should I say? They are associated with different apsaras. So all of them have their own role to play. As a result, these Adityas will tell you why you were born. Wherever sun is placed, whichever house sun is placed in your chart, it will definitely tell you why you were born. If sun is Lagnesh and is in the 5th house, yes, then it is very good. It is enriching your Purva Punya. But again, it is in the sign, it's in a fire sign. So there might be problems relating to children.
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir. Yeah, please.
Ma'am, you just said that these Dwadasha Adityas will tell you that why you were born wherever the sun is placed in your chart. But
Yes.
how shall we decode that by this?
Yeah, that's a very beautiful question, and I would have loved to take it further, but because it's around 2 hours that we are on it. So
Yes, ma'am.
I will just touch bases. Because they are gods, different god forms, and so they represent a very how you work on them is like Araman is very in. If you have your sun in the 2nd house, then you could be one who's very protocolish. Araman in the 1st house, Dhata in the sun in the 1st house, or rather sun in the if you're born in April, you could be somebody April-May. That is, you could be a pioneer in your family. In the 2nd house, you could be the one who would be in Taurus. You could be the one who would be doing things by the book for your family. In the sign of Gemini, sun in the sign of Gemini could make you a very good conversationalist. Again, we did that. 3rd house, having the ability to affect people. In the 4th house, strict, disciplined person, which goes so much according to the Jatak Dharanam also. In the 5th house, one who wants a lot of space, a lot of recognition, a lot of respect. When we're talking about in the 6th house of the natural zodiac, such a person would be a person who would go out of their way to help others. And when we talk about the 7th house of the natural zodiac, such people would be a guiding light to others. When we see the case of Shah Rukh Khan, his sun is right there in the 7th house of the natural zodiac. It's supposed to be debilitated, but see that there are many people who have just I'm talking about the recent times, because I follow it from astrological point of view. You see, many people have given direct into funds, but he has come up with a very systematic plan for people, and how is going to help and guide those people. You can see his ability. Then when we talk about Anshuman, Anshuman is also about doing things for the family. In sorry, Parjanya is something who will do a lot of research and who would definitely stand out from the crowd. You will see people who are born during this month and it's in a water sign. They just don't like being neglected. They want to stand out. When we're talking about Anshuman, which is happening somewhere in the month of November, okay, and December. So these are the people who would definitely be lucky and yet be responsible for their families. So you take up the case of A.R. Rahman that we discussed. He was born in the month of between November and December because his sun is right there in Sagittarius. Then when we're talking about somebody born in Capricorn, with the sun in Capricorn, they're very lucky. They're very, very lucky, but they will also have eye issues. And then when we're talking about somebody who is born in between January and February, extremely creative, would also like to go into research. Finally, when somebody is born between March and February, that person could be the youngest in the family and yet would definitely have a major role to play with in the family. Definitely will be the one calling in the shots.
Sure. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this explanation.
Thank you, Narsimha. Thank you for saying that I have sun in the second house and I'm very protocolish. Okay. So much for the questions. Thank you so much. We can continue on. The questions have been lovely. We can continue on for a lot of time, but then today has been quite an eventful day with all of you. So I will take leave here, and we have done nearly 2 hours of the session. Before I leave, please, I can ask you people to switch on your mics. Have you enjoyed this session?
Okay, sir. Really.
Very informative.
It was
Yes, very much, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Very.
and it was a very informative session. Thanks for that.
Very informative.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Nicely crafted. Yeah. Very nicely crafted.
Quite
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you
Looking
so
forward
much.
for.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
मैंने पहली बार आपको सुना है वेबिनार में और मैं बहुत खुश हूँ और मैं तो आपकी बहुत बड़ी फैन हूँ. आई एम गीता पारकर, you know.
Thank you, Geeta. Thank you so very much. We'll keep
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll keep continuing on.
I love your Instagram postings. Every day I see them. Very, very, very beautifully done.
Thank you so much, Nalini. Thank you so very much.
मैम कुछ पॉइंट्स बिल्कुल बैंग ऑन थे, लाइक सैटर्न्स मूवमेंट ओवर द सन, तो मैंने अप्लाई भी किया और बिल्कुल बैंग ऑन. थैंक यू मैम.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.